Vinc from hell, Pichel. He gets the unanimous decision victory over Austin Hubbard. Some people didn't quite agree with that. However, man, I think that this was a very back and forth contest. I think Hubbard came very close, man, but he continues his streak since 2018 of win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. He got the win over Dakota Bush, lost to Vinc Pichel. Where do you think the advantages took place for Vinc Pichel here, man? Because I have one key area where I think that this is what won him the fight, but I'm curious to know what your take. What do you think won Vinc Pichel this fight?
Man, his mentality, brother. His mentality, I think, is what won him. He went in there. First off, I gotta respect Vinc Pichel, man. Homeboy came out to Highway to Hell by AC/DC, and I knew instantly. I was like, damn, like that's the sign. That's the kind of shit I would come out to, bro. So I was like, fuck, we might lose this fight. Like, I'm going for Hubbard, but we might lose this fight now. Shit. But no, I think it was definitely Vinc Pichel's mentality, brother. He came out and it started to look real close in the first. But then in the second and the third, he really started to run away with it. And you could tell those shots weren't hurting him. He was letting Austin Hubbard, come forward, but he was cracking back. And I think the way that he went out, really kept bombs in his hands, throwing for the whole way. And Vinc Pichel, he dug deep and got, just to get in that top position. Anytime Austin Hubbard would get a takedown, he would really focus on getting the top position and making the best of every situation that came forward. And that's what I think what really won him the fight, man. I like I said, I had Hubbard going for it. I was hoping Hubbard was going to win, but I do think Vinc Pichel earned this one. And it was a scrap, bro. I had this one as potential fight of the night, and it was a lot of fun, man. It was crazy to see. What was your big X factor, your takeaway from him?
So the mentality definitely played a factor, of course. Don't get me wrong. The footwork of Vinc Pichel was on point all night long. I was watching it and I was just like, you know what, man? I saw Roosevelt Roberts get backed up into the cage a bunch prior to him getting knocked out, right? Where he just hit in the back of the cage time and time again. Bahamondes was just pushing him back, right? Hubbard tried that for Vinc Pichel, but Vinc Pichel just moved in a circle, foot in the tire all night long. And I was like, that's what's evading these shots, is he's able to move out laterally as opposed to backwards, because every time Hubbard loads up these big bombs, Vinc Pichel slip, move out the way, rinse, wash, repeat, time and time again, man. So it's like the mixture of him having a good rapport with Mark Montoya over there at Factory X Muay Thai over there in Colorado, right? The mixture of the new camp, being there with legit strikers, actually having real training partners and all of that, along with the footwork, along with the IQ, along with the experience, and then the mentality on top of it. How could Vinc Pichel have lost this fight? You know what I'm saying? And I told y'all, I was like, the odds confused me, you know what I mean? Because he was a slight underdog in this fight, man. And sometimes that's what I'm talking about. Like, no disrespect to Austin Thud Hubbard, man. The dude is a savage, but Vinc Pichel's been in the game for a really long time. So huge win for Vinc Pichel. Do you got anything else on this matchup, AJ?
Yeah, on that note, Derek, the fact that he was able to keep that footwork up when these boys were throwing some heat to the legs, those leg kicks were absolutely insane. They made a note of it in the on the commentary where they were saying, the reason we're not hearing any of these leg kicks smack is because they're digging into the muscle and into the bone, and that's the ones that really hurt you, man. I don't know if you've ever taken a leg kick where you feel like, the Charlie horse feeling where you're like, oh shit, I can't move. That's what these dudes are hitting each other with, baseball bats to the leg. And like you said, man, Vinc Pichel just kept that movement up. He kept rolling laterally, he kept doing all this stuff. He didn't even look like it was affecting him. All credit to Vinc Pichel and Austin Hubbard, because they were both smacking each other with some baseball bats, bro. This was a fun one to watch, man.